AskReddit by Subonion. What are some very comforting facts? You can talk to your pet rabbit by quickly pushing your lips downwards and upwards as if you were trying to look up your nose in a mirror. Do it quickly and you're chatting. It mimics the nose movements they make and you can see them wiggle their noses faster out of interest. Copy their rhythm too and watch them talk back. Also, stomping your foot like they do as well as turning your back on them when annoyed is understood too. If they have chewed something they shouldn't have, you can stomp one foot and turn around with your arms folded. Have a look over your shoulder to make sure they see you. They should come to check on you, and if they don't, stomp and make sure they see your back is turned. Eventually they get it and come over to make sure you're okay. Then let the nose waggling commence. You can expect them to do the same to you as well, like when you clean their enclosure. The vast majority of people with a first-time seizure will never have another seizure again and will not need lifelong anti-seizure medication. Everybody gets one freebie. The North Pacific humpback whale population is estimated to be 15x greater than it was 60 years ago. A middle or even low-income people in developed countries are living a much more comfortable life than the richest people centuries or even millennia ago, in large part thanks to modern medicine making death from a mere infection no longer a near guaranteed death. I am dirt poor, but my ancestors, not to mention plenty of people alive today, would be amazed at the luxuries I have. Clean running water whenever I want, even to bathe in. Indoor plumbing. Clean clothing in mere hours instead of days of back-breaking work. Food available year-round and fresh veg and fruit out of season. Nurse here. If you're having a general anesthetic for a routine operation and worried about dying while under, please be aware there are about 7 different levels of stuff we can do to bring you back. So if the thing we normally do doesn't work, we've got plan B, then we've got plan C, D, E, F, G and AMP, H, and we rarely need to even go to plan C, let alone the rest. It's ridiculously rare for you to never wake up from a routine op. Of course it happens occasionally, but for every case you've heard about it happening, there's thousands of identical operations where it didn't. I've been qualified 15 years and it's literally never happened anywhere I've worked. Grey's Anatomy leads me to believe there's about a 1/3 chance I'll die in surgery lol. I once found a ladybug in my room in the middle of winter. I tried to look up if I could feed it somehow, and found countless other people asking the same question. The world is full of people who have compassion enough to feed a lone bug in the winter. This happened to us. We had 2 of them. We kept them in a little bug hotel for a few weeks. We sliced grapes and picked up some flowers, leaves, sticks, etc. for them. They did fine. My 2 little girls loved their pet ladybugs and were happy to release them once it warmed up a bit. Crows will let other crows know if you're a good person. Feeding a crow in your backyard can quickly become many crows over time since the rumor spreads. And nearby crows in your area will know you as one they like. They can also be known to be protective of you and even bring you gifts. Suffice to say, crows are one of the most intelligent creatures on the planet and they are truly underrated. Saw a documentary about a guy who fed the crows who visited his backyard. The crows actually befriended the guy's pet cat and the cat enjoyed playing with the crows. One day the cat, who spent part of every day outside, did not come home. Later the guy discovered it had been attacked, probably by a coyote, and had been killed. Several days later the crows found the cat's collar and brought it to the guy, leaving it in the backyard bird bath where they had often left little gifts, a toy car, a child's bread, etc. for the guy. He wept telling that story and I wept hearing it. There is a group of bikers called Bikers Against Child Abuse who support child abuse victims in court by looking tough and giving the kids confidence to testify against their abusers. It's actually an international group. My town had a tragic tornado that killed hundreds. There was an insane group who came to basically tell the town we deserved the death toll. Bikers rode around and around the group to drown out their noise. I'll forever respect a good group of bikers. the pollen that bees collect on their legs as they pollinate flowers are called pollinator pants, so next time you see bees hard at work, take a look at their legs, and you might be able to see the pants depending on how much they've pollinated. Zebras rest with their heads on each other's backs so they can literally watch their zebra buddies back. Plus it looks like a zebra hug. Mutual support. You'll often see livestock, cows, horses, etc., standing in pairs, nose to tail, using their tails to brush away flies. Jupiter has been protecting Earth from almost every stray asteroid strike coming in from out of the solar system since the planets first formed. Thanks, Zeus. Deleted. When I was growing up, my dad got into fish and keeping a tank as a hobby. Fish have personalities. We had a gold molly that was the boss of the tank. It tried to protect another fish who had its fins eaten off and sank to the bottom, chasing any of the other fish away that got near it. Later, we found which type of fish was nipping at the fins of the others, so we got a screen and sectioned the 3 we had off. Then the one started attacking the other, so we moved it to a small tank we started with and removed the screen. Little fucker outlived all the other fish in isolated confinement. Guilty of assault, murder, and whatever the equivalent of cannibalism fish have. The ozone layer is slowly repairing itself. This was the most comforting out of all. Holy shit. Cows have best friends. They also really enjoy music. If you quit smoking by age 40, your life expectancy is the same as a non-smoker. Also, it's never too late to quit. I smoked a pack a day for 10 years. Banana vape for a year, and the next step is weaning off of it. This is comforting. I might not have totally irreparably fucked myself up. Even the difference with how I feel vaping versus smoking has been nuts. I love how most of these answers are about animals. Parrots, specifically cockatiels, will raise their wings when they see someone thing they love. When looking from behind, their raised wings resemble a heart. Deleted. And one of the reasons for this is because people are planting milkweed in their yards. This is an environmental issue where everyday people can really make a huge difference. Use the small bit of garden space you might have to make an oasis for butterflies and other pollinators. Plant native plants and avoid using pesticides. It's pretty easy and very rewarding. Edit. Love all the questions are native. A plant gardening can answer more. Also check out https://www.wildflower.org/collections/ for lists of native plants in your state. Also, here's a handy cheat sheet for the best milkweed species to plant to support monarchs based on which region of the US you are in. http://monarchjointventure.org/images/uploads/documents/milkweed fact sheet final.pdf. Nobody pays all that much attention to you. Everyone is the main character in their story and thinks you're just another supporting role or an NPC. I find this very freeing. Be the NPC you'd want to meet. There is a type of mold growing on around the elephant's foot in Chernobyl. This mold eats radiation, and the radioactivity of the elephant's foot has decreased drastically since the mold started growing there. Right, DK. It's just comforting to me that the planet can heal no matter how bad the scar we left. There was a TV series in the 2000s called Life After People. That's where they got a lot of scientists, engineers, etc. to speculate on what would happen to the Earth if the human population suddenly vanished. It was pretty fascinating that the Earth will basically, very slowly, undo everything we've done. It's not going to help us regarding climate change or anything like that. Because the point is that the Earth can heal itself if given the chance. Switzerland has implemented a scheme time bank, which is an old age assistance program, under which People can volunteer to look after the elderly who require assistance, and then, the number of hours they spend with or caring for seniors gets deposited in their individual social security account eventually, when the volunteer reaches that old age when he or she requires support. This time bank can help them by providing time-based services which include consultations, babysitting, hairdressing, gardening, tutoring, or any other time-consuming job in addition to being looked after by a volunteer as well. About 34 countries are trying to apply this scheme. Very wholesome and humane. I live in Switzerland and that's the first time I'm ever hearing about this. In 1987 they captured all of the 27 California condors in an area in California, and proceeded to breed them in order to bring back the species. They released most of them later, and now, roughly 127 are flying free in the state of California. Not the biggest improvement, but it's something. Humans can hear each other smile through the phone through differentiating vocal intonation between smiles and non-smiles. 55,131. Blog smile customer's phone. My older brother, when introducing me to his music as a kid, used to point this out when the singer was smiling. I always thought this was such a special little thing not many people think about. Your pets will forgive you if you accidentally step on them. Can confirm. My dog has even moved past the forgiveness stage and now actively seeks being stepped on by standing behind everyone. On the 13th of April, 2029 an asteroid Apophis, with a radius of 606.96, 370 meters, will skim the surface of Earth at around 19,600 miles. It will be visible by the naked eye. It's a comforting fact as it's been studied extensively and will not impact Earth that day. Petting animals lowers cortisol. My bird is happy now. My city has a no-kill shelter, the animals have nice beds, and get walks. People come and read to them. The cats are all together in a big area with toys and scratching post. People come to pet them. Sorry to ask, but what city is this, or at least what country? It sounds amazing. Most seahorses are monogamous and mate for life. Young seahorses actually go on dates with their prospective partner before settling and starting to procreate. They can also be seen swimming in pairs with their tails linked together. And the pufferfish creates a work of art. https://yahoo.be/vqr8xdk_uay closed bracket for his prospective love. One of the most extraordinary things. There's a place in Japan called Capybara Land where you can hang out with capybaras and see them chilling in hot springs. Capybara Land is actually close to going out of business due to less tourism in COVID times. They are desperately seeking donations. Sometimes dogs in movies have to have CGI tails because they keep wagging their tails. They are just so happy to be there. I heard that in the movie Cujo, the actor dogs, more than one, I heard, had to have their tail wagging edited out because Doggy was being a good boy.